Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California with Universal Broadcasting Network. And then again on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Saturday at 1 on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, NBC News Radio channel, KCAA. That's on AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and now everywhere syndicated on iHeartRadio. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, no K words at all, no Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have topics and guests to that end. If you've missed any of the shows, anywhere from Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, he's been on a couple of times, Marianne Williamson, to Marianne from Gilligan's Island. Please do go to my YouTube channel and just put in Dr. Marissa and you'll get a whole raft load of hope and happiness there. And I always start out with excellent customer service shout outs. And this last weekend at the Renaissance Esmeralda in Palm Springs, I got to teach and talk there at a conference. And so all of the staff, I forgot to put the names exactly on, but Frankie was great, and Doug and Daniel. So peace in and peace out for all of you who made my stay fabulous there. And today I do have a very special guest that you will probably recognize from his face. He's been for decades on the big screen. He's a film icon. You may remember him from The Goonies, from Stand By Me, from The Lost Boys, from The Gremlins. I have a funny story about that if we have time. And he's now taken all of his acting and focused it on a tour. He's been through quite a bit, and I know that his life experience has chiseled him into a man who has a message, which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. So without further ado, I'd like you to welcome to the studio Corey Feldman.
Hi. How are you?
To have you here.
I'm having some trouble with headphones right
you
now.
are? Oh, yes, because
They won't
the
stay
hat.
on, yeah.
That's okay.
I might just have to hold my hands like this.
Well, no. You actually, you can just take them off and just listen to me this way. How's
Okay,
that? How's
right.
that? Okay.
Well, this
But
is okay.
yeah, and I'd like you to introduce the beautiful woman that's sitting to your right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful woman sitting to my right is no other than DJ AC, a.k.a. Angel Courtney, also known as my wife.
So excited to be here.
So excited to have you. You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and I got to meet both of you on the steps of the Disney Hall. Peace
That's
in
right.
and peace out to two people, Ryan Long, City Gala, and your brother,
Eden.
who
That's right.
helped put together a smashing event that I got to be on the red carpet interviewing Quincy Jones, John Travolta, Halle Berry, and Corey Feldman.
Wow.
And
I didn't even know all those people were there.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, well, they were.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, I knew John Travolta was there because he was being honored, and Quincy was there, but I didn't know Halle Berry was there.
Yeah, she was there actually the day before when they do like a business summit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He told me about the summit, my brother.
Yeah,
My brother's now working with us as the production manager on my tour.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And we sat down at another event, Greg Reed's event, and I was having dinner with Ryan, and he said, "Why don't you have Corey on the show?" And I said, "Well, I actually asked him on the show." So he goes, "Eden, come over here and we'll make that happen." So
Right.
peace in and peace out to Eden as well.
Great minds think alike.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the first thing I'd like to do is take a breath, because I went and did some research and I'd forgotten a lot of the things that have happened in your very young 4 decades of life. You've been through a lot.
A few things, yeah. I've had a few experiences.
Yes, you have. Yeah. I had forgotten, that you basically were loving yourself and acting on your own behalf very early, emancipating from your parents, and that whole helped other people sort of take care of themselves.
Inspiration.
Yeah. You took something that was not fun,
Right.
kind of dark.
Very,
and
very dark.
Very dark.
Very dark.
How's that relationship? Are you at all?
There is none.
There is no relationship.
No.
Okay.
And that's not because I don't believe in repairing things or forgiveness or anything like that, but I've tried it all. But when you're dealing with somebody that's not mentally well,
right,
you can't fix not well.
Yeah.
You can only fix, fixable, right?
Right,
So
right.
they just, spiritually are not
Where
able
they are.
to find that.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I tried forgiveness and then tried, coping with it and dealing with it and everything I could until the time that I wrote my book, which, of course, was a very cathartic experience. And at that point, I basically said to both of them, look, if you do this the right way, we can continue having a relationship, which would be, of course, either supporting me or just saying nothing at all. But if you say something negative, then I have to let you go, because I'm writing only the truth.
Yeah.
And I actually gave my mom the book 6 months in advance and said, if there's anything in there that you choose to argue or have a problem with or take issue with, let me know in advance, and I can discuss it with you. And if there's something that you really feel strongly about, I'll consider taking it out. But I gave it to her on a tablet, and we had lunch. And then, I said, and I laid it out. And I said, but just so you understand, if you go against me at this point, then that's it, because it's going to make you look really bad, because I'm just telling the truth. Yeah.
Right.
And she, of course, came out and spoke to, one of the tabloid TV shows and said, oh, no, it's all lies. And he had a ghostwriter, and, his brain's probably messed up from all those years when he abused himself. Like, no, mother, that was 2 years versus the 50 years you've abused yourself.
Right.
So let's not get it twisted.
Yeah. But I like the, love from afar kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's just,
it's
I don't have any anger or resentment. It's just, I can't allow myself to be inflicted with pain.
Yeah.
Because that's not fair to my current young family that I choose to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, if I get stuck in the past, then I'm not loving myself. So
Absolutely.
That's just not the right way to go.
Yeah. And you said something to me in that interview on the steps that really, I said, I think if you remember, it's like, wait a minute, this is the stuff that I talk about. Are you reading my mind?
And just a spiritualist.
Yes, yeah. And I love the fact that, gratitude's important to you.
Absolutely.
Sort of not living in the past pain, not living in the future fear. Focusing on the present.
I wake up happy every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's a crisis going on or something terrible. But yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is to wake up grateful. If I always give this advice to people. People say, oh, my life's going so bad. I've got so much drama, so many bad things happening to me. And I go, you know what? Here's the key. The key is, remember that negative energy begets negative energy, and positive energy attracts positive energy.
Yep.
So you can have anything in abundance that you want to, based on your mindset and your belief system. Courtney actually taught me a lot about this as well, because she introduced me to the book The Secret, which, she had been studying. But I had already believed all these philosophies anyway, but there were also some new tricks that I learned from it. But, the point being that we can accumulate any massive energy that we choose based on what our output is. And as long as our output is on the positive side, we're going to get positive feedback.
Yep.
However, if we sit there and dwell on problems, you ever notice how, like, if you have a bad day and something goes wrong, then you focus on it and you're like, oh my God, that was so terrible. I can't believe how terrible.
Right.
And then all of a sudden something else bad happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then something else and something else. And you're just like, when will it ever stop? Well, that is because you yourself are drawing that to you. Whereas if you see a negative issue come up and you like let it go, like, oh, well, that happened. Okay, next. Now what are we going to do? What's the solution?
Yeah.
And you get right into the solution, all of a sudden more positive things come at you. Because in the same vein, when a positive thing happens, if you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, that's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? So, Courtney, we have to thank you to actually get that path going with The Secret, and something that you may know or not know. My big brother is actually the founder of Agape, who was one of the teachers
Really?
on The Secret.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Yay.
Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith is my big brother. He calls me little sister. He's the
Aw.
one who named me the Asian Oprah
Aw.
and introduced me to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. So, hey, big brother. And I told him that you were coming on the air. I don't think he knew about this connection.
No, he didn't,
But
'cause we
he
haven't
said
met
to
him yet.
say hello. Well, you will be meeting him as soon as you
That's
come
one of
back from
Courtney's-
tour.
One of Courtney's,
He's
goals.
an inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah, she's wanted to meet him for a long time.
Well,
Matter of
we'll
fact,
make that
we
happen
went to
for
Agape and listened to his sermon.
and you didn't go to meet him?
Well,
There was a big line.
No,
Yep.
yeah,
If we had known you were there, we would have made it. So next time,
I'm
just let me
very
know.
shy, very shy.
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. No, I'm like one of the I'm one of the shyest people you'll ever
Really?
meet. Yeah.
You know what's weird is I say that too, but I'm saying it because sarcasm is another service I offer. But you do not seem shy because you
'Cause I'm out
just
there.
put yourself out there
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, when it comes to media,
Mm-hmm.
film, stage, television, I come alive.
Right.
Because that's my job. I'm programmed that way. But that said, when I'm in public, there's nothing I can't. I just get so embarrassed when people come up to me, and like I really am very bad with meeting strangers, and I mean I'm nice to everybody. I
Sure,
just
it's not comfortable for
Yeah,
you.
I'd rather hide in the corner.
You make it look comfortable,
Right.
But you're not as. I call them introverts who have learned how to operate in an extroverted world.
Right. Well, see, for me, it's even
So-
more messed up than that because I was an extrovert as a kid, but through the force of being famous, I've been beaten into a corner a bit. So therefore, I became an introvert based on the world.
Circumstance
Yeah,
and
the world that I live
experience.
in.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then, it's gone kind of the other way. Now I have to retrain myself. Okay, come on, you can do this. You can do Like if I go to, that's why you don't see me at Hollywood parties. You never see me unless it's a charitable thing.
Right, like when you were at City Gala,
or like a private friends event. I don't go.
Okay.
You don't see me on red carpets much. You don't see me at premieres and all that kind of stuff because
Right.
I get so terribly shy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
But Courtney, introduced me to, The Secret, and she told me all about Michael, and so we went to see him and listened to his speech, and I was like really wanted to go, but people started recognizing me, and I was like,
Okay.
okay, we're gonna have to duck out.
Yeah. Well, next
Yeah.
time we'll take care of that. But
Okay.
you're welcome anytime. I'm actually on faculty there, so you can come
Oh,
to
great.
one of my balanced Tai Chi Gong classes.
Oh,
How's that?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I would love to have you.
yeah,
in
we would
class.
love that.
Yeah,
I'd love it too.
That's fabulous. So you got launched, right? You were doing, what were you doing, and how did you guys meet?
Well, we actually met at the Playboy Mansion.
Ironically.
Ironically. And I don't know. I was just a model and not really sure where I was going. And Corey helped me just get some confidence in myself and just really get some direction in life and help me develop into what I'm doing now, which is with the band and pianist and singer and DJ and all of that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So was it love at first sight?
Yes. I mean, not love, that takes time to develop being in love. But
Yes.
yes, I thought she was gorgeous, of course,
And she is.
immediately.
Yes.
And when I met her, at the time, I was at a very different place in my life. I had just gone through a big divorce, and I was definitely not ready for anything serious. And I was there with, 10 girls. I would go, to these parties, and I'd bring a limo full of 10 girls because I always felt like if I'm going to Hef's house, I need to bring something to the table as opposed to being one of those guys that's trying to pull away,
Oh, it's from a giving place that you did that.
Yes, of course.
I see.
So I would say, okay, here you go. Let me, bring some beauty to your beautiful party and stuff like that. But anyway, it was more for the girls really because they all wanted so badly to meet him and to be there. And it was such a big thing.
Yeah.
And then I said, I started looking at it. And really, this was the basis of Corey's Angels beginning because I realized all these girls wanted so desperately to do something that was really subservient and really demoralizing at the end of the day, which led to nothing.
Right.
Not that doing Playboy itself was a bad thing. When Hef was in charge, it was a great thing because he treated them like, he was a gentleman always.
Yeah.
But that said, in the end, they thought, okay, I could be the next Pamela Anderson, or I could be the next Farrah Fawcett, or I could be the next, one of the few success stories that there were. And I'm looking at the odds going, yeah, but that's like 5 people out of, hundreds
5 million. Yeah.
that have gone through the doors and not been successful.
Right.
So the odds didn't look very good to me. And then I'm also thinking like, some of these girls would talk to me about their talents and they'd say, I've got this, I've got that, I can do this, I can do that. I said, well, what are you doing with it?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I just want to be a model and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, no. You can do so much more. Show your talent. Yeah, but people don't take me seriously. Why not? Well, because I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
Right.
It's, they try to sleep with me or they try to do this or they try to do... And I said, this has got to stop.
Right.
So that's where I started.
And you know that from
Corey's
first
Angels.
experience.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
So I started Corey's Angels based on the fact that I knew that these girls needed to reinvent themselves and have confidence and believe in themselves in their art and what they had to express. So with Courtney, I met her there. She comes up to me and says, can I take a picture? I said, of course. So we took a picture together and I said, what are you doing? She said, well, I don't know. I'm just getting ready to leave. And I said, well, where are you going? She said, I don't know, probably back to my hotel. And I said, who are you here with? And she said, nobody. And I said, well, where are you from? And she said, from Canada. And I said, wait a minute, you came here all the way from Canada by yourself? And she said, yeah. I said, that takes some big cojones.
Yeah.
To fly all the way to Beverly Hills to go to the Playboy Mansion by yourself.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to have to come with us.
Yeah.
So she came with us. And then she ended up she's also very shy. So she ends up locking herself in the room the whole night. And I don't know what's going on. I come in and I check on her. Are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm just looking for taxis. I said, what? I thought you were coming to hang out. She said, well, I got to get to my plane. I have a plane at 6 a.m. And it was like 3 in the morning and I got to go. And I was like, oh no, but, and she's like, plus I didn't want to offend any of your girls because I didn't know if, one of them's your girlfriend. I said, look, I just got out of a marriage. It's not like that. We're all friends, but if you want to, hang out sometime, let's stay in touch. And so we did. And the rest is history.
Aww.
It took about 1.5 years, though, before we actually got together.
1.5 years of getting to know each
courtship.
other. Of court.
Courtship.
Very cute. Very cute. Very cute.
I shipped her out after about 1 year.
Okay. Now I want to know
her side of the
her
story?
side. Because there's always two sides. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that was pretty accurate. But if you've just tuned in, you are listening to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. And today I am blessed to have a very famous and beautiful inside and out man with me. And he is here with his beautiful wife. And this is Corey Feldman. Those of you who are like, why does that name sound familiar? I'm sure you saw The Gremlins and The Goonies and Stand By Me. Very successful actor who
There's
is
about
now...
100 of them.
There's 100 movies?
Yeah.
Wow. And then now he is pursuing something that is his true love, from what I understand from your publicist Sammy, and that is the music and the singing. And Courtney is also part of that band. An aside, where in Canada? Because I was born in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario.
Oh, wow. I was born in Kelowna, British Columbia.
Ah. So on the other side. That's
Yes.
cool. Yay, Canada.
Yay!
That's beautiful. So you've been married how long?
Since November.
Yeah,
That's
we're newlyweds.
yesterday?
Yeah, we're newlyweds.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But,
That's
but we've been
that's
together
good.
for 5 years now.
5 years. Okay, so all this was 5 years ago. And then she brought you to the law of attraction and the power of intentions and the positive power of gratitude and appreciation.
Well, I was there already, but it was more about learning manifestation.
Okay.
That's really the part that she got me into, because
Okay.
I was always about law of attraction. I was always about positive energy and putting it out there and getting it back and receiving and giving and grateful and all of that.
Right, right.
It's more that she said, look, if you want these bad things to stop happening to you and you want good things to be in abundance, then you need to believe in abundance. And that is so important. You need to wake up every day and, say what you want in your life. Don't talk about, because, I would dwell in it. I'd sit there and go, oh,
Yeah.
God, this is going on and that's going on. And she'd say, stop talking about that. Talk about what you want to happen, materialize, manifest.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And that's when she showed me the book, and she would play the, oh my God.
The audiobook.
She would,
Over and
make
over
him
and
listen
over.
to
she
it.
would she would just leave it on all day, every day. And then she would start getting, she'd get in these dark moods, we call them, where she'd start, focusing on all this negativity. I'd be like, excuse me, hello,
Yeah.
Miss Advice, take your own advice,
Yeah. I know what that's all about.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
don't focus on the negative now. That's not going to help anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so important. I think that one of the things that I love about my show and what I do is I'm trying to balance out all of the negative things that come across your eyes, your what you read on TV, in anywhere, and just really focus on what the good is, what the positive sides. There's 10 things and 9 are negative and only 1 is positive. You can still create a bubble of positivity by focusing on that one positive.
That's right.
And I've watched you do this. Obviously the Today Show was an opportunity for you to expand and grow and develop that positive side of yourself.
Oh, did it? Talk about being faced with a challenge.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
succumbing to that challenge.
Yeah.
Because it was defining. It was historical.
Yeah.
It literally was historical.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened there cannot be explained. It
No,
was
I was
a
shocked.
phenomenon. I
I
mean,
was
it was the most negative response I've ever seen to any
Yeah.
performance anywhere.
Yeah.
And then it was an abundance of love.
Yes.
To the point that I was overwhelmed. I mean, 250 million views in 1 week. We made history.
Yeah.
It's never happened from
Right.
a Today Show performance,
Right,
ever.
right.
So that was like, okay. And even on the show itself, it got the most views. And on todayshow.com, it got the, I mean, it was
They
just
love
like,
you.
oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Well, they made some bucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But-
Maybe on your pain.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But I'll tell you what
But
my father.
But they weren't capital. I don't feel like they were
No,
capitalizing.
they didn't.
I
I
feel like
love
they
the
were
way they
trying to
had
be
you
nice.
back on.
Yeah.
I thought that was fabulous, and the way that they framed it, I thought was fabulous too.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the way that you framed it. I think
And in the end, I was very depressed for the
Were
next.
you?
Oh yeah, the next day I woke up terrible. I mean, even leaving New York, I was a mess. I was like crying all the way
Yeah.
home on the plane.
Yeah.
I was literally looking out the window, going, "I've just destroyed my career."
Yeah, no.
like I'm done.
And I didn't understand why, because I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it
felt
was,
it was
great,
great.
too. I
Yeah.
thought the performance was everything I
Yeah.
wanted it to be. It was
Yeah.
perfect. But
Yeah.
that said, it did not in any way get the response I was
Hoping for.
expecting. I just
Yeah.
didn't. I was like,
Yeah.
what just
Yeah.
happened? How
Right.
could this happen?
Right.
And then, for about 48 hours, I was in that place. And then I made this video where we were just like, look, guys, we've been beaten up.
Yeah.
We're sad. We're destroyed. Leave us alone. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to go pick on somebody, go pick on somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't pick on us because we can't take anymore. You know?
Right, right.
And then
Which
all
was,
of a
I
sudden,
thought, pretty courageous to show your feelings
you.
and that you were human. And,
Right.
if you're going to step on my toe, I'm going to say, ouch. I'm not going to pretend like I'm that,
Right.
thick-skinned that I'm not going to react.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's gotten a beating like this. That I'm like, did I murder somebody? Did I rape somebody?
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah, it
hurt
was
a child?
really,
Like, what
really
the
interesting.
hell?
It was really interesting. The intensity of the reaction, and my father would say, he's in heaven now, but the critics who, critics are like one-legged men who tell you what you should be doing to run.
Right.
They can't do it themselves. They don't know how to do it, but they have a plethora of advice on how you should be doing it.
And this is
or
the
what's
thing.
right
There
and
was
wrong.
nothing constructive or
Nothing.
creative about their
Nothing.
criticism. It was literally just calling me weird, calling
Yeah.
me bizarre, calling
Yeah.
me talentless. Like all these things that I was just like, God, what?
Yeah.
That's
So
not
here's
even-
here's a chance for you to practice another. I'm going to give you level 201 on positive thinking. So when something bad happens like that, you say, "I can't wait to see what positive comes out of this."
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then the second thing is the thing that they wrote about me in Marie Claire in China, the magazine, Hearst magazine, and it said, I have this expression called "bake your own cake." So you come out of that the same way Courtney did, which says, I did a great job. I did expressive art. I danced, which I don't normally do. It was a new skill that I picked
no,
up.
I normally dance.
Oh, okay.
I've been dancing forever.
So, well, this particular interpretive dance that was new.
It was new
right?
choreography.
It was new choreography. You sang. The girls did great. I did a great job.
Right.
Regardless of what anyone says, I baked my own cake. When I had to do a lot of this because the bigger you get, the more criticism Michael will say you're doing a great job when people start talking trash about you.
Oh,
That's
well,
when
then we're
just
doing an
really
amazing
great.
job.
You are no, but that baking your own cake, then compliments and criticism
Yeah.
are just the icing. It
Well,
really
I'll
isn't
tell
the
you
whole
what,
cake.
The resolve was
Yeah.
that when people like Pink and Kesha and Miley Cyrus
And Michael
started
Jackson's
coming out,
daughter.
yeah, Paris, they all came out and made public statements, and it was like, oh, thank you, bless you. You know,
Yeah.
I appreciate it very
Yeah.
much because that started a little bit of the healing process. And then, I mean, the next thing that happened was this wave of love that you
Yeah.
can't even describe.
Yeah.
I mean, literally thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of letters
Yeah.
on Facebook, on Twitter, from my fan mail, from websites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just so many people were inspired. So many people were motivated. So many people decided to go for it and take a stand.
Yeah.
We really started like a
There's-
movement
Yeah.
of anti-bullying and
Yeah.
standing up for yourself and
Yeah.
believing in your
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I realized, there's the message
Yeah.
that I missed.
Yes.
So
Yeah. You didn't miss it.
Well-
You had to go through the process of feeling it and
Yeah.
feeling it fully, because that's how you get past pain. You have to feel it fully first. You can't push it away.
Right.
And then once that was done, now you're getting the silver lining. And now the
Exactly.
silver lining is now your entire jacket. So you're wearing that metallic silver lining.
Heck
I saw
yeah.
that. I saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
outfit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. And that's, kudos to you
Thank
for
you.
for doing that, for putting yourself out there.
Well, let me tell you
over
now.
and over.
Now we're on a massive U.S. tour,
Thank you. That was my next question.
and we are, hoping, all fingers crossed and legs and brain.
Peace
Everything's-
crossed.
Well, I don't want to mess with the peace. We'll
Okay,
keep that.
okay.
Keep the peace, man. Keep the peace.
That's right.
But we want to wish and believe that this is going to now turn into a international world tour. So
Yeah.
we are talking about taking it to the UK, Australia, Asia, South America, all over the world.
That's
and
great.
Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
I mean, we get requests from everywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Good.
So this is something
Good.
I've dreamed of my whole life. We're manifesting something that I've always known would happen, believed would happen. I've seen it since I was a kid, but it just took way longer than I expected. So there's a lesson for people here, which is don't let your belief system of your manifestations have a time limit.
Yeah.
Because just because you believe
not the
it
right
and you want to
time.
manifest it, it may take a while.
Yeah.
Because everything
Yeah.
happens in God's time, not our time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we need to remember that.
Yeah.
We are, simply part of the wheel.
Yes,
But at the
yes.
end of the day, we're not, we're just
not-
one spoke. We're just
Yeah,
one spoke,
yeah.
but it's God's wheel.
Right.
So he's going
Right.
to turn it as he sees fit.
Yes, absolutely. I heard a great analogy this weekend called "We just do the stitches." We just one stitch at a time. God's got the pattern. And God has the
Exactly.
most beautiful pattern that is beyond anything you could have ever imagined.
Right.
And time, it's all divine
We just
timing.
have to have faith.
Correct. It's
and
a choice.
trust
Yep.
that
Yep.
it's going to work out that way. And
Yeah.
you know what? That's the other thing of positive thinking is that, you know, whether you believe in God or you believe in the universe or you believe in the ocean, whatever it is you
Yeah.
believe in,
Yeah.
Buddha, I don't care.
Yeah.
But the point is that whatever you believe in, understand that things take time. We must be
Absolutely.
patient to manifest what we truly want.
Yes.
Because if it's going to go the right way, then it's got to go God's way.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Absolutely.
you
So
know,
drop the BS, drop
Yeah.
the belief system
ego
that isn't working.
is edging
with
God out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
that.
I do know that.
Okay.
And fear is future events already ruined.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually call my God my UPS man, my universal power source.
I like
He
it.
delivers every morning when I pray and meditate.
That's
and
right.
dang, he's been delivering the best stuff lately. It's been really wonderful. And it looks like it is time to thank our sponsor for today's show. And if you would like to sponsor this show about hope and happiness, then please do contact me at forbalance.org. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Peace in and peace out. Do you ever wish that you had more energy and better overall health? Dr. Marissa here, and I've been drinking Calibrate. It has a delicious fruity taste that harnesses the emerging science of nutrigenomics with the ultimate source of vitality, your own body. It's pure vegan, non-GMO, and gluten-free. For a free gift card, go to www.getswitchedonnow.com and change the conversation about the way we age. And welcome. And I just realized that I forgot to share the stream to my Facebook Live on Dr. Marissa, but you can still give me a finger there. I mean, a thumbs up. But if you go to ubnradio.com/channel 1, if you're listening right now on Thursday, you go to kcaaradio.com. But we have, and we are blessed on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa to have Corey Feldman and his beautiful wife Courtney here in studio. We've let Corey do most of the talking. I want to do a little bit of talking to
please. She's so shy.
to
She
Courtney.
won't
I'm
talk.
really shy.
See, yeah, and that's okay. And that's okay. And I think that is, you know, I love your mission with Corey's Angels.
Thank you.
To what I'm hearing is that you want to help young women who are trapped in this. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I don't have enough gifts, talents, and abilities on my own that I have to try to be someone that I'm not, or I have to try to emulate some 1 in 5 in 100 million
Or
people.
they just sell themselves short and go down the wrong path and end up doing things that are demonizing and disrespectful to themselves and basically degradation, which I am not a fan of.
Yeah.
I think that we should always honor ourselves, honor our bodies, honor our minds, and make choices out of love and positivity.
Yeah.
Not out of desperation.
Correct.
And that's what happens is these girls end up, taking a path of desperation because they feel that's their only option. And it's not their only option. They have every option. They just don't see it.
Yeah.
So, it's about enlightenment. So we, at Corey's Angels, we have different programs, where we we'll take in, a girl off the streets. I mean, if she's, got any artistic ability and a clear mind and a conscience and, a good heart and she's honest and has integrity, we will literally let them live at our house. We'll feed them. We'll nurture them. We'll give them any, love that they may not have had from their families or, just a friend to talk to. And we'll give them advice on their careers, on, if they want to improve themselves, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. We help them so that they can focus on the number one issue, which is being an artist. Be an artist. Be who you want to be. Don't focus on all of these negative things, and don't feel like you're pressured by society that you have to do this, or you have to do that, or you have to make X amount of dollars, or you're not going to be happy. And we say, look, around here, you may not get paid for a while, so accept it, deal with it.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend any money.
Right.
So we're going to give you that
Yeah.
little grace period,
Right.
so that you don't have to worry about spending money. But you also may not make any until you've reached the level where I feel I can put you out there and package you and present you as an artist.
Right.
But until then, you got to tough it out. Now, there's also girls we work with, like our music director, who is not in that boat at all. She's actually a very accomplished musician. She's toured with many great artists, and she's also a professor of music. So, you know, obviously we have a full spectrum. Some people, they are artists who don't know how to market themselves, who don't know how to take that next step to get in the spotlight, and that's a way that we can help them as well. So we help across the board.
And it's a huge alternative to the casting couch.
Yeah.
Huge alternative
Yeah.
to, you know, sacrificing your own dignity
No,
in order
never.
to get something.
Never.
And just to, for the record straight, you know, anybody who's saying, oh, this is your harem or this is all about polyamorism, it is not.
No, it's
This
not
is,
about that.
It's, and I just wanted to, you know, put that moose on the
I
table.
don't sleep with
because
any
I'm-
of the girls in my band. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
yeah,
Hello.
Yeah, and it's
just,
and it's silly
rumors.
how
It's rumors.
people, you know, it's like, is that who we really are? Do we really, from a fundamental place in the heart, want to attack and be cruel and mean to people? I mean, is that
It's
who
just
we
they want to
really
believe.
are?
They want to believe the darkness. They want to believe the negativity because that's what's presented. You know, I was doing an interview yesterday actually because you know we're doing lots of interviews right now to promote this tour, and during this interview, this guy.
What? I'm not special?
Oh, well, of course you are, because we got up early for you.
Okay.
That doesn't happen for anybody, let me tell you.
Not gonna
Especially
say
on
what
tour, especially on tour, yeah. No, I get up at noon.
Okay,
Because we
okay.
work till 5 in the morning every
Okay,
day.
okay. So I do feel special.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. But anyway, so, you know, I was talking to this guy yesterday who's, you know, he said, have they cut the BS yet? And I said, they who? And he said, the media and everything they're doing to you. If you want to make music, you have the right to make music. Who are they to tell you not to? I said, well, I don't know, but you know, it's some kind of programming. And he said, yeah, it's those, you know, there's a dark center in Hollywood, which I agree with. And those powers, whoever they are, have brainwashed people through the media into believing their programming. So he said people are programmed at this point to where they say, why are you doing music? You should be doing a B movie instead. You know what I mean? He said, why would you want to do that? And I said, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, exactly. So why can't you do what you want to do? Why are people constantly programmed to believe that they're supposed to agree with whatever the media says?
Yeah.
And I said, well, you're right about that.
Yeah. Well,
So, there you
Michael
go.
calls the media weapons of mass distraction.
Exactly.
So there you go.
That's exactly right.
So Courtney, tell me what in you gave you the cojones in the first place? Like, what was it? Was there a voice in you that said, I want something, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to get on a plane and fly into Hollywood? Walk me through that. For young women who have dreams, right? They're afraid, you're shy. So, I mean, that was a big step. How did you get to that?
I think, like, you know, in Canada, like, there's not a lot of opportunity for, like,
That's why
you
we're
know,
here.
Yeah, becoming like an artist. And I just felt like, you know, well, I have one life, you know, I might as well make the most of it. Right now, I've got nothing to lose. So,
Were you already practicing The Secret at that point?
yeah.
Okay, so therein lies the answer, right?
Yes.
It was the power of intention and attraction that gave you the cojones.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you had a vision. So then you came here. Did you ever feel like, were you all self about this, you know, marrying Corey, you know, kind of getting launched into the limelight with him?
I mean, everybody has doubts, like, you know, but, no, I feel like, you know, I don't know, everything's going good so far, so, you know, I just keep with the faith.
I think she wants to hear about the struggle that you had internally in the beginning when you came out here. Talk about it.
Oh, well, I definitely had to, like, fight myself, like, because I had so much doubt and, like, fear in my mind that, I was like, I can't do this. And, like, it would be, like, sometimes, like, a daily struggle in the beginning.
Right.
Where I was like, I should just go back to Canada, and live my regular life or whatever. And I don't know if I can
Selling
do this.
herself short.
Yeah.
Is what it was about.
Yeah.
Every time, we would start making progress, and like this was, you can tell her about the meltdowns and how that's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like before shows
Yeah. Before everything, every shoot, everything, right?
Yeah, I would have like these meltdowns where I'd get like so afraid, like debilitatingly afraid, and like start crying and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I don't know if I can do this, or it was silly. I know it's silly.
Yeah, but it's real. I mean, you're shy, an introvert, and the work that he's doing is not in the background. It's very much in the foreground, so it's understandable. So what happened? Would you say what happened? Did you wake up one morning and then realize this was silly, or was it a habit that you kept working at over and over until it became in the background?
It was like a habit that I had to, and like I started praying too, because I wasn't praying before at all, I didn't have a lot of faith.
Okay.
So I think I just like worked on that as much as possible, and then he just influenced me. So I just like, kind of like clung to him and
I got her
what
on her
he was
knees.
doing.
Got her on her knees.
I don't want to go there.
No. I told her you got to get on your knees every night. You got to pray. You got to do it every night before we go to bed.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I haven't done that in a long time. I was like, got to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to wake up every day and make a grateful list.
Yeah.
Remember why you're here. Be grateful. I said, do you like it here, or do you want to go back to Canada and give up?
Yeah.
And she says, no, I don't want to let myself do that. I don't want to let myself do that. I want to be here more than anything. I'm so happy here. I said, well, then you need to remember that.
Yeah.
Because in times where your brain tells you you're not, that's your dark side trying to convince you.
It's a lie. It's the liar.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, don't give in to that, because if you do, I will eventually believe you.
Yeah.
If you keep doing this, then I'm going to think, well, maybe she wants to be there instead of here, and I'll just give up, because I'm not going to ever keep somebody against their will.
Right.
If you don't want to be here, if you don't have what it takes, that's okay.
Yeah.
And she said, well, no, that's not it. I said, well, then you need to wake up every day and make a grateful list and tell God why you're grateful for the things that you have. And she said, well, what's a grateful list? I said, a grateful list is anything that you can think of to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And then she started, and now that's the advice she gives to everybody, right?
That's great.
It's
What was
important.
your gratitude list this morning?
I was just, happy to be here and, talk to somebody spiritual that gets it, and hear what you had to say. And
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. That's great. So we actually have fabulous giveaways for the Asian Oprah giveaway today.
Woo-hoo.
Thanks to Corey. We've got 2 tickets.
That's right.
To which show? Any show?
Any show.
So name the places. Not all of them.
Well,
but
they can go to my website.
Okay, good.
AngelicToTheCore.com. And that's with the number 2. So angelic number 2.
Just like my 4 balance.
Yes, thecore.com. And so if you go to that website or CoreyFeldman.net, either one, we have the list of tour dates.
Perfect.
And the way it works is if you happen to see a show in your area, then you should probably do the contest. If you don't see a show in your area, maybe you can drive to one that's close by or fly to one. That's up to you.
Yes.
But if you don't see anything that works out, then you probably shouldn't enter that contest.
Yes, absolutely. So just go to drmarissa.tv on my contact, put Corey, want to see Corey, and then whoever's first to do that will get those pair of tickets.
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
And then we also have a digital version of my CD. It's
Perfect.
a double album, but nowadays you can just digitally download it. So I'm going to give you a digital download card, which I will sign, and then it can be sent to the winner as well.
Perfect. So the first person on my Facebook to give me the finger on Dr. Marissa and then message me that you did that, thumbs up, then they will get the digital download of the music. So 2 ways to win on today's Asian Oprah giveaway. The last question that I always ask my guests is, who are you grateful to that sort of helped you here? So who are you grateful to that helped make you who you are now, that you're grateful to?
God Is that a good enough answer?
That is. So let me ask you a question. When you were going through all the dark stuff, did you have this faith?
Yep.
Yeah. So you
It's the only thing
knew-
that got me through my childhood. I was basically a slave. I was a child slave. So, I was forced to work against my will. I was beaten. I was, every type of abuse, mental, physical. I mean,
Did you ever say, if there's a God, why am I going through
Of course.
this?
And I tried to kill myself many times as a child. As a matter of fact, it's all in my book. But, the point is that I literally would, I stole a gun from my grandfather's chest drawer and I held it to my head. It was loaded. I would cock the trigger. I would point it to my brain and I would beg God to give me the strength to pull the trigger.
Wow.
I would say, please give me the strength. I'm so ugly. I'm so fat. Nobody loves me. I have no reason to be here. Why did you put me here? Just please get me out of here,
Yeah.
And I would try so hard to push that trigger and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then I would break down crying and say, well, thanks a lot, And
So-
then it turns out he was right.
Yeah.
Of course, I was
Yeah.
wrong. I'm still
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And
So-
you are, and I'm going to give you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award.
Oh, God bless you.
Because this is the kind of guest that I want to highlight who just has been through so much and yet doesn't go away, takes what he has had as an experience and tries to turn it into the light.
Because you know what? We don't decide when we check out. God decides when we check out. So therefore, we have to do our best to keep it positive, influence others for positive, and change the world to make it a better place for us all to inhabit together. Every day we're here.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
what is the point?
Right. Absolutely. And I have two last comments from people on my YouTube who love you. One is Carrie, who met you on March 25th, I believe, at a concert, and you spoke to her and gave her
Nice.
words of encouragement. She's learning disabled. You gave her advice on how to get a job, and she now has a job.
That's true. Yes.
So you remember her?
Carrie
yeah.
East.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So she wrote on the YouTube red carpet
we
video.
all know Carrie.
That's
She's
beautiful.
lovely,
And
yes.
then the other is Sinjin, who wants to know, the only question he wants to know from you is, when is the sequel to The Goonies coming out?
2075.
There you go.
I won't be in it, but yeah.
Yeah, there's your answer
I don't
on
think
that.
there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
no.
Well, I'm just really, really grateful to have both of you on my show.
Well, we're grateful to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
And I can't wait to see you at Agape.
Thank you.
Yes.
It'll
And
be a couple months.
That's fine.
We're
You're
gonna
on
be
tour. Yes, and please go and support Corey.
Please do.
If you know,
And the
I want
Angels.
as many people who have been verbally critical and mean and bullying. I want 100 times more to be supportive and loving, because this is a real man and this
Oh,
is
God
a
bless
real
you.
person
Thank
who
you.
is doing something to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Thank you, Corey Feldman. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
Courtney. All righty. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we are to the end of the show when I get to invite you to come up to my balance bar, where all the places and things that I'm doing to keep you balanced, I would like you to join me. The first thing is this weekend, Agape is doing the annual Sacred Service Saturday. I get to actually volunteer at the Habitat for Humanity, something that has been on my bathtub list, bigger than a bucket list. And so if you'd like to sign up, go to agapelive.com, Sacred Service Saturday. At the end of the day, I'm actually going to be teaching balanced Tai Chi Gong, moving meditation that promotes inner peace one breath at a time, as a reward for doing your Sacred Service Saturday back in Culver City at Love Central. So please do join me for that as well. I would like to invite you to join the 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa, and that is on its 72nd round. We started that on 2011. So please do join that. There is an app created by teens that you can get for 99 cents. And as usual, all monies that are on my balance products on my website go towards my peace work around the planet. Today's balance tip is actually day 13. In round 4, it was a very hard day to post, to choose to not complain when I was in the library where the families who had suddenly lost loved ones in the Seal Beach salon shooting and sit with their pain without blame was not easy. So every 13th day of the fast is dedicated to those who feel the pain of loss intimately, to help hold your pain and believe that there is love, that you can live and joy again no matter what. And today's guest certainly demonstrated that, because love is stronger than hate, peace is greater than confusion, and you are the light. And it's not too late to join that fast. My next Balance on the Beach series will be July 15th near Venice Beach from 10 to 1. So please do register at my website, the number 4balance.org, for 3 hours of balance. August 1st to 5th, I will be keynoting as new faculty at the CEO Space International. If you're an entrepreneur or a wannabe entrepreneur, please do join. Go to welcome.ceospaceinternational.com/Dr. Marissa and stop thinking that you don't have a unique gift, talent, and ability to share in this thing called life, because you do. Next week, are you ready to be motivated into action? Next week, Dr. Emily Latron will share her success story from coming to America as one of the boat people from a war-ravaged Vietnam and fulfilling the American dream, graduating summa cum laude from UC Riverside, and then becoming a dentist, successful entrepreneur, etc. Out of UCLA. So don't miss it. Next week on Take My Advice, I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Don't take away the part of me that wants to stay. It's all I want, to hear my life and sing along. For without it, there's no laughter, no tears, the lonely days after, no memories for the way things used to be. Many a friend has stopped along the